Welcome to the Finjan Show. Thank you again for joining. Much appreciated. As you know, in this podcast or this show, we're focused on demystifying entrepreneurship and simplifying the pathway for that, as well as discussing entrepreneurship ecosystem and small business development. Of course, in the process, we talk about globalization, leadership, and of course, communications and technology. In this session, I'd like to discuss, and many people have been asking me to bring this up, the whole concept of passion for entrepreneurs. And although almost all the trainings and all the books and all the things that you may read discuss that you do need to have a passion for the purpose or for the business that you're pursuing, what I've come to learn is that you don't need it to start. As a matter of fact, many of the entrepreneurs that we worked with did not really have a passion for that specific business that they started. But with time, they evolved to other businesses, and some of those businesses ended up being their passion, or they found their true calling, per se, to make that work. In the beginning, which we talk a lot in most of all of our training, is you want to think about an entrepreneurial mindset. And once we get the entrepreneurial mindset, the passion could come with it. Sometimes I've seen it where the passion is first and the entrepreneurial mindset comes second. And some other times it's the opposite. You really start your journey and then you uncover the passion that you care for. So how would that work? Well, let's go some specific examples. We've had entrepreneurs initially start a t-shirt business, a clothing business, or anything else. And as they start their first one, they start their second one, they start the third one, and maybe their fourth is this, grocery store that they open up or the restaurant that they open up. And that really becomes their true passion that they really care about and they want to make it big. Or they really want to make sure that it becomes the thing to stay. That's a lot of times we've seen that in, I'm going to call them needed entrepreneurs, meaning that they had no choice. They had to be in business, or they had to get to start a business to get things going. So they didn't really start it based on their passion, or they might have thought it's based on their passion, but they started really because of a need that they needed to fulfill. And that at the time could have been their income, but also could have been a need for a customer. Remember, we're looking always at what problem are you solving, or what opportunity are you creating for the community that you live in from a mindset perspective. So when you think about it that way, it becomes really straightforward. Initially, you don't have to have your passion. You do need to think about what problem are you solving or what opportunity you're creating. Now, of course, we all know that the more depth you have in that topic, the better chances you have to survive that business. And sure, if you did have a passion for that, then it didn't really matter initially, at least, if you made money or not, because you could be able to subsidize that through other jobs or other means to keep you going, to keep that business growing. But no matter which pathway you choose, knowing that you don't have to know your 100% passion initially. You do want to know what problem are you solving or what opportunity you're creating. Now, I will say, since we don't really do, this whole concept of one in it to make money, and although money is a good motive for some, it's not necessarily the only motive for many. As a matter of fact, many other entrepreneurs we worked with did not really start to make money. They were starting because they had the passion. So depending on which aisle you're on, if you're starting because you need to make money to pay the bills, or you are starting because you care about a cause, either way, this mindset of wanting to start a business, which is, do I have a problem that I'm trying to solve in the community, or am I creating an opportunity, is really the way to go if you can initially. The concept of this passion comes back and says, wait a second, but if you don't really care about this cause, why would you continue to do it? Well, if you're hungry, you will continue to do it, right? Because you gotta eat. And if you run into speed bumps occasionally, if you are passionate, then obviously you'll also find ways to keep going as well. If you're hungry, you're going to keep going because you got to find a way to make it work. So this whole concept of passion versus starting a business I wanted to differentiate between them because many times people say without passion, you shouldn't start a business. Or I've heard people say, you want to make sure that you have passion for your business. The reality is you could discover your passion. Let's take a break and come back to have a more discussion. Thank you for joining. Welcome back. So now remember, one of the things I've mentioned this in the blog much more than I've mentioned in the podcast, the concept of any of the things that I like to bring up or we bring up is not necessarily to say, oh, I think Faris is right, or I think Faris is wrong. It's not really about right or wrong. It's not about you being right or wrong either. It's really about bringing these concepts or ideas to the table so we could discuss them. You don't have to agree. You don't have to disagree. You don't have to agree or disagree. You don't have to have an opinion on it either. The idea is just to bring it up so we could have a discussion on it. From my perspective, as long as you discuss it and you think about it, you could turn around and put it in the side and move on without you having to generate or formal opinion on a specific topic or subject. And I know many people might feel very strongly about without passion, you shouldn't start a business. Many others will feel like, no, you should start a business because you got to make money or any other reasons. The point of this today is to really say, sure, passion can help. If you have the luxury to say, I'm going to go after my pursuit of passion, and that's awesome. But initially, we have worked with many entrepreneurs that they had a need to be an entrepreneur, not a want to be an entrepreneur. And therefore, they had to pursue whatever opportunities they saw that could help them get to be stable or get to generate some income. So, and what we've seen many times is they might start a business and they might be in the business for years before they uncover a different passion or find a different thing that they care more about. So I don't want to discount that because I really feel that if you only waited for you to have true passion for your topic, you may not ever start, or you might start so late. So I encourage you to think about this entrepreneurship journey now and to see if you could align what you're passionate about now would be ideal, to align your passion with what you want to do business in, but it's not necessarily the only way to do it. Now, this could also open up a whole set of ideas around if you don't really care about something, but you see an opportunity in it, should you go after it? I would say if you're thinking about that from a perspective of it's a business, be careful because initially when you're going after a startup idea or an idea, you're not a business. You are in search of your business. You are in search of how you're going to make money. You're in search of do you become a business or not. It's just an idea that is in search for its business model. And I think many people will agree on that as far as when you're thinking about the idea, it takes time to build it to be a business. So if you're thinking from a perspective of investment, you might be better off investing in an existing business. You might be better off investing in something else. But if you're thinking, I see an opportunity to solve a problem for the community, and I want to see if I can make money on it, sure, then do your homework and see if there is an opportunity there or not. So the point of this discussion today is to really say two things. One, it's good to have your passion aligned with your entrepreneurial journey. As a matter of fact, once you get to that level, you're going to find that your business will excel. The second, you don't have to have a passion for you to start a business or to be an entrepreneur about a specific topic that you're starting that business in. You can start your journey and uncover your passion. So we talk then. Thank you so much for joining. Have a good day.